China helped Kenya build a railway with a loan of 30 billion yuan. It didn't pay back the money in 6 years and wanted to extend the loan for 50 years. China once helped the small African country Kenya build a modern railway. Because it could not afford the high construction costs, China even paid 30 billion yuan for it. However, the railway has been officially open to traffic since 2017. In more than 6 years, Kenya has not paid back a penny and even proposed to extend the loan for another 50 years. What is going on? Kenya is a country located in eastern Africa, on the coast of the Indian Ocean. The equator runs across it from east to west, and the Great Rift Valley of East Africa runs through it from north to south. It borders Uganda, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, and Tanzania on land. Its coastline is about 536 kilometers long and has a total area of 580,000 square kilometers. This is one of the important birthplaces of mankind, and humans have lived here 2.5 million years ago. Because it is adjacent to the Mozambique Channel, it can directly enter the Indian Ocean to the east, and the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea are not far to the north. As early as the 7th century AD, relying on geographical advantages, commercial cities were built along the coast, and it became an area where Arabs frequently moved. In the 16th century, Portuguese colonists occupied the coastal area and established a trade zone. After that, Kenya was colonized by Britain, and it was not until 1963 that it got rid of colonial rule and declared independence. However, after independence, Kenya was relatively poor due to poor land, drought and water shortage, and lack of industrial support. Its GDP is only $113.4 billion, and its per capita GDP is only about $2,000. In order to improve the traffic environment and help develop the economy, Kenya approached China in 2014, hoping to get China's help to build railways. On May 11, 2014, representatives of China, Kenya and 5 East African countries signed a cooperation agreement to build the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway. On December 12, the construction of this railway officially started. The railway starts from Mombasa, an important port city in the east, and goes northwest inland through the coastal province, Eastern Province and Nairobi Special Administrative Region, Mariakani, Voi, Tsavo National Park and other places, until the capital Nairobi. The railway is about 480 kilometers long and has a total of 33 stations along the way. The west side is connected to the Nairobi-Malvina Railway, and the east side is directly connected to the Port of Wrights Station through the Coastal Port Area Branch Line. This railway is built with Chinese standards, Chinese technology, and Chinese equipment. The design speed can reach 120 kilometers per hour. It was officially opened to traffic in 2017. During the construction process, the railway needs to pass through the Mangrove Wetland Park in Mombasa. This is an important ecological protection wetland in Kenya, inhabited by precious wild animals and plants. Therefore, in order to prevent the project from causing damage to the fragile ecology, China adopts the method of pre-buried water pipe culverts to ensure the healthy growth of mangroves. In addition, there is a 120-kilometer section of the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway that passes through Kenya's Tsavo National Park, where there are a large number of wild animal migration routes. In order not to hinder animal migration, the construction team has specially set up passages for wild animals to pass through in combination with the local environment and rivers along the line. A total of 14 large wildlife passages and 79 bridges for animals to pass through the entire railway have been built, and there are also hundreds of culverts built for animals to drink water. In Kenya, where the construction factors are so complicated, it is conceivable how difficult it is to build a modern railway of Chinese standards. Because Kenya has experienced a history of being plundered by multiple colonies, they are wary of the outside world. When a large number of Chinese construction teams enter Kenya one after another, local residents will inevitably have xenophobic psychology. This greatly increases the difficulty of recruiting workers for the project. When China decided to provide aid to Kenya, many strange voices were heard internationally. Many American and Western media have been making false claims that China is helping Kenya, but in fact it has other intentions. However, despite heavy pressure and difficulties, China helped Kenya build the country's first modern railway in just 3 years. Not only that, considering Kenya's economic difficulties when the country asked for financial assistance, China also kindly provided it with a loan of $3.804 billion, equivalent to about 30 billion renminbi. This loan is enough to cover more than 90% of the construction cost of the Mombasa-Nairobi railway. According to the contract between the two parties, after the completion of this railway, Kenya needs to repay the principal and interest in installments within 20 years. However, in the past 6 years, Kenya has not repaid a single cent of the loan, and even asked China to extend it for another 50 years. Since Kenya has received assistance from China, why is it unwilling to repay the loan? Kenya believes that the railway has been in a loss-making state since its completion, and they do not want to use the money earned outside the railway to repay the loan, so they want to repay the money after the railway makes money. China will certainly not agree to this. After all, 30 billion is not a small amount. What's more, it also faces the problem of mutual trust between the two countries and the problem of deeper cooperation in the future. If Kenya wants to delay the repayment time, it is definitely impossible. And according to relevant data, the average occupancy rate of the Mombasa-Nairobi railway has been as high as 90% since its completion. In 2022, the passenger volume increased to 2.4 million, and the railway revenue exceeded 15 billion Kenyan shillings, equivalent to 670 million yuan. The railway also brought 40,000 to 50,000 jobs to Kenya. In the process of cooperation with China, the country has also learned a lot of railway construction experience and technology. Moreover, the contribution rate of railways to the economy cannot be limited to the revenue from ticket sales, but more depends on the collateral benefits brought by the railway. For example, after the completion of the railway, the mineral resources and goods in Kenya's inland can be transported to the eastern coastal ports more efficiently and conveniently, creating more opportunities for its overseas trade. Another example is that a complete transportation line can connect the cities along the line into a whole, thereby realizing a virtuous cycle of economic development, promoting the frequency of travel of residents in the cities along the line and stimulating consumption, thereby creating more wealth for the country. China's railway network is almost all over the country and has the most advanced railway technology in the world. But China's railway operations have also been in a loss-making state for many years. For China, railways are a project that benefits the people with high investment costs, slow returns, and even less likely to achieve high revenue. However, China is still committed to using railway construction as an important tool to promote high-quality development, which highlights the broader value created behind the railway. As a landmark project of the China-Africa Joint Construction of the Belt and Road Initiative, the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway is also an important leader in the East African railway network. In the future, it will be connected with the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, the Tanzania-Zambia Railway, the Akka Railway and other railway lines to form a complete railway network across the African continent, which will be more conducive to communication between countries. By then, these railways will truly become a way to lead the African people to wealth. In addition, it can also facilitate the promotion of friendly relations between China and Africa, thereby launching more extensive trade cooperation and achieving a win-win effect. Therefore, I would like to remind Kenya that it should look further ahead. Integrity is the basis of cooperation. It is impossible for loans to be overdue for a long time. If this affects the further cooperation between China and Kenya, it will be more trouble than gain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. See you next time.